Hello everybody, welcome back to this video. We're gonna cover Bitcoin mining and um, hash rate distribution and the hash rate amount. And we're gonna check on the DCA as we usually do. So um, we're gonna look at our saving, DCA saving, $10 a day, door dashing or doing lawn mowing, anything like that. But most importantly, we're gonna look at the 10-year yield, which is like the yield curve, right? We have the 10-year yield and the 1-year yield, which is inverting. That doesn't sound good at all because so we will talk about this and the miners, right? We have miners getting cheaper, so that's a good sound. That's good because when miners get cheaper, it lower the the risk curve for new miners, right? If you are new, you wanna get into mining, so you wanna make sure you get in when in the lowest price possible, so you lower your risk potential, right? The potential of failure. So because the price is going down, miners are going out of business, right? So you buy low, and also you understanding your risk. So we're gonna look at that, and then we I'm gonna show you most importantly something I've just come across. It was basically the Robosat. Robosat a really interesting application, which is a website on top of Lightning that allow you to buy trade Bitcoin with no KYC. So basically, you don't need any KYC. Just go and trade Bitcoin. And I wanna keep you guys updated on the Bitcoin node. Bitcoin node is still up and running. So it's at 100% synced to the network, and I have currently 10 peers connected, and the mempool is at 7 megabyte, and the hash rate is at 195, and then we have the blockchain size that at 474 gigabyte. So really good. So let's start by this video. I'm just gonna give you a short um, overview of what we really is Robosat. Robosat, it really a way you can trade your fiat for basically Bitcoin, right? Especially if you live in places where it's really difficult for you to trade. I know people lose their bank account because they are using trading Bitcoin, right? So it's a good way to anonymously buy Bitcoin on Tor, right? So you want to make sure you do that on Tor. So that's the only way you can do that. Trade it using Robosat. So it really interesting. I love the privacy feature. So before I talk too much, let me show you the specialist who know better than me about the subject, so you can learn more.
The order book. So let's do that right now. On the main screen here, if you click on View Book, you're going to see all of the different offers that are available based on what you want to do. So you can specify up above. If I put any, these are buys and sells, and it'll show me all of them. But if I break it down to, well, hey, I want to buy, well, it will show me the people that are offering Bitcoin for sale. And I can see that there's some people accepting British pounds, euros, and Canadian dollars, and their payment methods are either Revolut, which I don't think is available in Canada, or the Canadian one here, Interac e-Transfer. Now, Full disclosure, off screen, I did try to take this offer and kind of waited around for about an hour, but there wasn't a response, and I want to get this thing rolling. So we're going to be creating our own offer. And same thing on the opposite side of it. If I wanted to sell some Bitcoin, here's all the offers available here. You see a lot of different.
So you get the idea. So you can basically uh, just go there and you create your own um, token or wallet, basically, because each transaction generate a distinctive or a unique um, number, and you just make create your trade. You can do that with e-transfer, and the person just receive the fiat, and the person just instantly send you the Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. Cheap transactions, right? And you may look at the rate. You have 4%, 5%, and 0%. Some of them are really low. So yeah, really really interesting application. I really love it. So really good. Another interesting application on Lightning. So really interesting development going on there. So I really urge you guys to go and explore and learn. I'm running quite a few application as well on top of Lightning. So yeah, so let me move back to what I was talking about. The miners. So we have this. You have S9 getting cheaper. When the S9 miners are really not really profitable, because the reason I say that, because if you're running like electricity, if you're paying for like high rate electricity, you will very you may lose in that trade, because the energy you have to put in, it may cost you way more uh, compared to what you're getting in terms of Bitcoin. So that's not really good. You would rather just buy the Bitcoin from an exchange, right? Unless if you're looking for Bitcoin non KYC Bitcoin, that would be um, fantastic, right? I mean, if you're looking for non KYC Bitcoin, then that's amazing. You just get the non KYC. But if you're looking for the basics better or good trade or profitable way to buy Bitcoin, this is or to get Bitcoin, or to mine, that may not be the best, right? So S19 maybe it could be the more profitable way to get like to be a miner right now, because I know the entry point is very high. You're looking at like 5,000, 3,000. So I see some places it get lower to 3,000. I think they're gonna get cheaper because way so many miners gonna drop out, go out of business. So this is a way. I've seen an interview, a guy talking about how he's planning on getting energy from those landfill. So I've worked in the landfill business for a while, and I've seen so many waste of energy there. How there's so much energy of I can see the potential of a big margin in this area, where you can get energy from the methane very cheap, and just put that into Bitcoin mining and generate Bitcoin. So that would be a way good way to make money, and like, because this way you're not buying the electricity with very high rate, but this will be also a huge investment, and you have to really look at your is it like regulation friendly in the area and all that, right? So that's the only all this complication in Bitcoin mining, that that I don't really like because it's really complicated, and especially if you live in an area that people are very picky, then they can make your life miserable. So, and I see also in some website, you see over here, you see there's like bitminerfarm.com that's providing discount on Bitcoin, like maybe cloud mining, some stuff like that. They are getting cheaper, like just to prove you, just to show you how things are across the board are getting way cheaper for mining to get better deal and stuff like that. I think it's gonna get way lower than that because we didn't experience enough pain yet, right? So so because you may see way more than that. So I know Bitcoin is bouncing a little bit, but I think we may have a lower way to go. And for us who are DCAing, that's a good opportunity, right? So for us who didn't have a chance to buy Bitcoin at let's say when it was at like 3,000, 2,000, um, like that's a good time for us to DCA. I remember when I first came into Bitcoin, it was at 14,000, and then I buy some of it. I buy a little bit, like I didn't buy a lot, and then I buy just for maybe 200 of Bitcoin at 14,000, and I saw all those little coin beside it, and I didn't understand what the hell I was doing. So I just I see like XRP, I saw like Stellar, I saw like Ethereum, and I was like, okay, maybe those are cheaper. Maybe I should get a lot of it. And I put in like $10 or $5, but I had in my intuition told me that those ones are really Ponzi scam because they are just probably see the legitimate Bitcoin and then they try to replicate or copy what Bitcoin is doing, and I had in like I thought that way. This was my intuition, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I just take some, right? But every time I buy some of those coin and something tell me that, like I'm just like a fool to hold those coin because it really tell me just okay, well, somebody have to is controlling this thing, and somebody's in is it's like a central bank, and I have to be subject to what they are saying. Right? That's what I don't want. Right? I don't need somebody to tell me what's gonna be the next hard fork or what's gonna be the next thing. I don't wanna. I don't give a fuck about what somebody have to say. Right? And that's why I this pisses me off when I see those people talking about the the inversion and the treasury market, yeah, like yield curve, stuff like that. And even though you have this announcement, they even tell the people you don't have to worry about the inversion in the in the bond market because like you don't have to worry about it until it really happened. It's like they're like, who is so crazy, so stupid to understand, to believe that, right? So it's like you're gonna have to listen, obey to one person with your own money. It's like really 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 dumb. Even by listening to the inflation rate, right? People are listening to like the the same people who are creating inflation. They are listening to the same people. It's like so crazy to me. um yeah, and this is the yield curve. So what basically happened is like you have the yield curve basically is when you have the long term, like the 10-year yield, is basically generating you a lesser of a return than a 1 year. Imagine like you put your money somewhere for 10 years, get locked up, and you get less money, right? From that, right? If you would put it for 1 year, that's crazy. And this is a bad sign because Why it's so bad? Because it's bad for the banks, especially the small banks, because what they do, they take the money you deposit, right, which is a short term, right, a deposit, and they loan it out to for long term, right? They take it for short term, they loan it for long term. They give line of credit, some credit cards, or they give some mortgages, right? They use those money to create loan. So those loans basically, now you will have long term, right? Long term loans, which is like, think about it as a 10-year yield, is generating lesser of a return than short term loan. So basically, banks are losing in their trade because they are making less than they are paying. So that's the strategy here. So and you hear things like central banks willing to unlimitedly buy bonds. This is crazy, right? So, because what it is basically they are willing to purchase like in the bond market, which was supposed to be like the individual, and to buy the bonds and support the economy, or support the government and like agenda and you know uh, stuff. But now you have the government buying its own bond, right? It's really Ponzi scheme at in a different level. So, and you see all those dummies on social media, like on the news, and all those crappy content talking about how like like how they assume to understand what the hell is going on, while they don't really get what's happening. It's like the economy is gonna blow up, right? So you have to wake up. So, but nobody really pay attention to that. They just keep believing in those same people who used to say inflation is transitory. Transitory. If you would you really believe that if they could fix it, do you think they that like they are the one who created it, right? How do you believe that they could fix it? It's like, you're getting fucked, and at the same time the person who is fucking you is telling you, don't worry, you're not getting fucked, right? You're not getting fucked, you're getting fucked, you get the feeling. But and they are saying, the same person is saying, don't worry, what you're feeling is not what it is. It's like, it's a next level type of Ponzi scheme. So this is what's going on. And let's look at this chart over here. We have this the rainbow chart is hovering over here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can see over here it's just bouncing around over this. So yeah, like for a lot of people, this is insurance. And let's look at the DCA. DCA over here is, every day, $10 every day. For 3 years, this will give you 28,000. And so with the Bitcoin price dropping at 60, lower than more than 60%. So over here, um, yeah. So for a lot of people, maybe you wanna save for a down payment in a house, or you wanna buy something. That's a really good way to save over long term, because I can tell you, it's a really difficult thing to do, in fiat or in just your local currency, because it's just evaporating. Like especially today, especially in those years where inflation is at like even higher than 8 to 10%. Some places is at 60%. It's like really hopeless. It's crazy. Like you, whatever the money you make, and like you lose 50, like you lose half of that money by the time the year end. It's like it's a crazy thing. So yeah, Bitcoin is a hope, and especially at those levels, I look at it as a really good entry point. Not financial advice. Those are just my own opinion. You should do your own research to understand what it is first. Like I always say, you shouldn't, buy something just because I say it. I'm just a YouTuber, a stupid guy on the internet. So yeah. And did I have something here? Yeah, this is treasury yields rise as curve remains inverted, with investors watching the Fed. This is the thing. You see investors watching the Fed because they are all stupid. You see what I'm saying? It's like they are watching uh, like uh, the same uh, opponent. So you're not supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to look for your own like move. What's your next move, right? You're not supposed to watch your attacker. Yeah, I know you're supposed to watch him, but in a way to look at what you're doing next. But you're not supposed to listen what they tell you to do. But what I see they are doing, they are just listening to what they tell them to do. They just do all as they're told. Just like this is why like, you see at school, right? They just tell the kids what they should do, like all instructions, but they never let the kids think for themselves, right? So it's the same process. It's really crazy to me. So, anyways, I'm just gonna leave it there. I hope you guys enjoy. This was Pie Cover. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you again.